Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Back on the Run Pure Sports and Flannelverse YouTube channel here, talking a little best ball over on DraftKings with my guy, Neil Orfield, the leader of the Jonathan Brooks fan club. Neil, how are you doing today, my friend?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Pretty exciting last week for Jonathan Brooks. Seemed the ADPs seem to be converging. I know you and I had a conversation at one point, and I think it started with I had predicted my hot take at one point on, like, I found it in the video like June 1st. My hot take was that Jonathan Brooks would get within 10 ADP spots of Chuba Hubbard, and then I think I was like, is that too hot? Do you think it's possible? And I believe you then said, I think that Jonathan Brooks could surpass Chuba Hubbard, and that's looking more and more likely that Jonathan Brooks might actually surpass Chuba Hubbard. Feels good to have bags. I think you also have pretty good Jonathan Brooks bags. I mean, he's my highest drafted player, but am I correct that you also have bags of Brooks?
Bags, bro, bags. But all my bags are when we started drafting. They're all May and June bags. I stopped drafting them, I think, at the end of June. You might have kept drafting them for a little bit longer than me. So right when people started kind of figuring out, like, oh, wait, like this guy, this guy might actually be better than Chuba Hubbard. Maybe we should start getting him close. You remember the first time, Neil, where he started getting into the 90s, like the first time this happened? And then I forget what happened, but he started to fall for whatever reason, started to fall back into like the hundreds. And so I bought a little bit at that point, but at that point, my bags were kind of already packed. I felt like enough. I think I'm at like 20 something % right now on Jonathan Brooks. So I'm not as high as you. I don't have 40. But that's
a lot. That's a lot of Jonathan Brooks.
Oh yeah. You got to be happy right now. I'm happy right now, honestly, with the 20 something % that I have. I'm pretty pumped. So I'm probably going to be done drafting Jonathan Brooks unless something weird happens and he stays at this ADP, which I don't believe is going to happen. So maybe I'm wrong for that. You're kind of giving me that look like that's kind of dumb, JSU. So maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong. Are you going to keep drafting Jonathan Brooks if he starts going in the 80s and 90s, like I think he's about to go?
I've taken him. I took him today at 90, and that was Sidekick recommended at pick 90, actually, in a DraftKings draft where I needed a running back, and he was like, his ADP is up to 95, 96, something like that. And with the way it's moving, like he's often going before pick 90. I don't anticipate really chasing him up to the 7th round. I have been all around, all along, like I'll try take Corum ahead of Jonathan Brooks. So like I usually, if those two are available, I take Corum first. That has flipped a little bit, only in that now that Brooks is going earlier, and if I want to get them both, you have to take Brooks first. So I do think that I'm going to be lightening my load on Brooks as he moves up in ADP. I agree with you. Like he does still have the risk profile. Like I'm not like stupid about this. Like yeah, he's been a flag plant, but like he was a big flag plant for us around pick 100 to 110. Obviously at 120, we loved him. Now it's getting to the point where it's like, yeah, it's a question. Like because now he's up there with Blake Corum, who's already in, we think could be in a split in a really good offense where they're scoring a lot of rushing touchdowns. He's up there with Kyle Monangai, who's in a split in a really good offense. So now it is a much bigger question for me, but I've always been taking him ahead of like J.K. Dobbins. I just think he's a better bet than J.K. Dobbins. But what I am probably going to start doing is taking more Chuba Hubbard. I mean, honestly, and I've been like, I like Brooks better because I think that he is likely to take on a bigger role later in the year. But I think if Chuba Hubbard starts falling into the 90s, 100s, then that's probably going to be the bet that I'm making more often. If it's like Brooks in the 70s, Hubbard in the 100s, I'm probably just going to flip the bet that I'm making and take the cheaper of the two, because I think there is a pretty big difference in those ADPs and the players that you're taking, them over in the pick 100 versus pick 75 or whatever.
Before I hit a bunch of that, Pepper Tony says, nice hat, JSU, very stylish. I agree. a nice guy sent this over to me, and I had to sport it here on the show today. So I'm wearing the
Much cleaner
flannel
than
verse
mine.
hat here. Neil is as well. So maybe at some point in the show, I'll put it backwards so it doesn't look like we're just totally matching. But for now, it's sticking, and it's comfy too. So if you like these flannel verse shirts, actually, no, you can't buy them. These are special orders. So
You got to win them.
You got to win them. That's
Win or earn by, like, helping with my channel, that kind of stuff. There are ways to get them.
Hit the like button, subscribe to the Flannelverse, hit the like button on the Run Pure Sports side, subscribe to the Run Pure Sports channel. Those are the only ways to get gear nowadays on these sites here. Well, actually, I think you could still go buy a Run Pure Sports hat if you want to. But
yeah, by the way, when are you going to send me a Run Pure Sports hat so then I could wear the Run Pure while you wear that?
Just so you know, if I was the gear person, if I was the one who actually had the gear at the house,
it's all Big T, right?
I would have
Big T and Big T's wife.
Dude, you would have already gotten every single hat we have. It is Big T. And let me tell you right now, the people who work at Run Pure Sports, they can attest to this. Me being someone who actually is an owner at Run Pure Sports, I will tell you, it takes me forever to get gear in my own company because Big T, he will do the thing, Neil. I don't know if you've had this done to you before, but he'll do the thing where he's like, every day I look and I see your package. It's sitting at my door. It's ready to go. It's ready to go. And he'll do that for weeks.
Well, you got to see him in person. It's funny because I've met Big T in person 2 or 3 times now at live finals. The first time I ever met Big T was when I was working at Stochastic, and I met him at the Tournament of Champions. And he just had like a bunch of hats there. And like, I, introduced myself, we talked a little bit, and I was like, oh, those are some nice hats. And he immediately was like, oh, do you want one? And I was like, no, I could never wear one because like I was working with Stochastic, which is like a pretty big competitor of Run Pure Sports. Like, what am I going to do with this? I should have just taken it anyway, like, because you can wear it when you're not doing content. But at the time, my brain immediately went to like, I'm never going to wear that on a stream because like it's a big competitor of ours.
The funniest part is when we're like out, like if he had gear, that's what he does. He'll just randomly be like, hey, you want one? Like, you want one? He'll hand them out like friggin' candy. But like when it comes to getting one sent to you, it takes forever. Even myself, it takes. I got to hound him. I got to call him for weeks, remind him.
You just get him to send you a bulk order, so then you can be in charge.
What I got to do is actually go down to Kentucky and hang out with them for like a couple days and just steal the gear from his. I know where he keeps the gear, down in his basement, in a little room in the basement.
All right,
I know exactly where the gear is. I can raid the gear room over there. I know where it is, and then I just shove it in my bag because he's not wearing mediums. You know what I mean? Like, So don't worry, Big T. I'll take those mediums. You know what I mean? Just throw it in there and go. That's what I got to do, though. He makes me fly down to Kentucky just to get my own gear.
Well, we got a plan now. We know what you're gonna do.
Yep, I'm just gonna have to go down there and steal a bunch of hats. All right, we're gonna get into a $25 milli on DraftKings, $3 million to first. If you guys want to jump in. Neil, people were asking for your mic check. I don't know if you saw those comments.
Yeah, I fixed it. It was
perfect.
I was on the wrong. I swear to God, I check it like right when I got in the room. I checked, am I on the right mic? I did this. I like looked at everything was right. And then we start the stream and I'm on the wrong mic. I don't know what is wrong with StreamYard.
Shady was the first one. He figured it out right away.
Yeah,
so
he knows.
He knows. Spunky wants to figure out how to win $3 million from a hotel room. I don't know. You tell me, brother. You tell me when you hit the $3 million. Hopefully it's from the hotel room here. We're gonna find out. So I'm clicking in 3, 2, 1 here. So if anyone wants to jump in, $25 to enter. 9 of 12. So maybe we get a few people in the draft with us. That filled up really fast right here. So nice. All right, we're at the 7th spot here, Neil. Not the best, not the worst.
Let's re-roll it. You do that one on the side and then get a new one for us.
So you do not like the 7th spot.
It's honestly, it's fine, especially on DraftKings because like you'll get big followers sometimes. Like it is a little bit better. Sometimes like from the 101, you get all excited and then you get in a room where people are doing weird stuff and like you see like, oh man, there's some huge followers. And then they all go to like the 2 and 3 pick. So like sometimes it is better to be kind of in the middle of the board if you are in a room where you get a bunch of like weird drafters giving you followers. So, I don't want to rule out that it could be a really good draft. It's just not fun usually with the 7th pick because it's just, I don't know, usually kind of boring. Although sometimes you get like, actually I'm wrong because you're usually going to get an Amon-Ra St. Brown or Christian McCaffrey, who are both fantastic picks. So yeah, no, it's a great pick. I take it back.
I agree, Spokowski. No juice, man. I mean, shit. We're even partners with DK, and we can't even get the one.
They don't want to make it too obvious.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That'd be collusion, and we can't be associated with that word, Neil. So no collusion here with DraftKings and Run Pure Sports. Totally everything's on the up and up.
It's all legit. It's all legit.
If Neil was the one running the ship though, and he got this pick, he would have definitely gotten the one for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100% would have gotten
the streamers boost right there. We don't get that. We don't get the love like that. But yeah, it is what it is. 7 spot. The only thing I like about the 7 is I almost guaranteed that I can click Amon-Ra St. Brown, and I just enjoy Amon-Ra St. Brown as a click. So fits with my Bears nice.
Yeah.
It all comes together, Neil. So not that I like being in the middle. I kind of like being on the ends more personally, but if I am in the middle, I do enjoy clicking the Amon-Ra button here. So who's your favorite target in the middle, like the 7 spot?
Yeah, Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra is also my favorite. But like if it's Christian McCaffrey, I'm happy with that. Also, if you get like a falling JSN, that can happen. That's always fun too. But yeah, like as far as what's usually there, it's going to be Amon-Ra over Jonathan Taylor for me.
Neil, they're saying it's a bit with the wrong mic.
Yeah, I wish it was a bit. Unfortunately, so I did my podcast, which is like it's an audio format. Like it's not even when I recorded that, I went like an hour into the stream before I saw some. Apparently, people had pointed out previously, and I just missed it. But it was like an hour into the stream before I figured out, and then I just had multiple comments. The only comments I got on my podcast on Spotify were like, couldn't even make it 10 minutes into this audio is terrible. And so no, if it's a bit, it's a really bad bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bit. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Trevor Norris likes the 11 pick here, or the back-to-back picks pretty much. Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I like the back end of the draft here. I think because like Neil said, you get those random faller pairings, you know what I mean? The fun ones when you get them. They don't happen all the time, but I will say the kick says Amon-Ra. I assume you agree?
All day. Yep.
All day. Love that. I didn't know if you were a JT guy.
JT's fine. Like if it after Amon-Ra to me is the tier where it's like sometimes I'll take JT, sometimes I'll pull up Jefferson. But yeah, it's usually just so Amon-Ra is the end of the tier for me.
So Neil, I did a 555 draft and a few other drafts on Sunday, and I figured out a few things about drafting. One, if you don't draft 3 to 5 running backs in your first 5 rounds, your team is dead. That's the first thing I figured out. You have no shot. You're totally dead off the rip if you don't draft that way. And 2, if you get sniped on one of your 3 or 4 stacks that you set up, then your team is also completely dead. So those 2 things I figured out immediately. People did not like my team, by the way. I started out Ashton Genty and Brock Bowers. People did not like that start. And then I went even more contrarian. I went with the Colson Loveland Luther Burden stack to come back with that. I ended up getting full Bears, and I tried to push Caleb Williams to
I saw this one. I saw
the next
this draft.
round.
Yeah.
And he got sniped at like 81
you
or
had
something.
3 Bears. I think you took Rome or something also. Like
I did because Rome fell to me. So I took him and I tried to push the Caleb thing, and it didn't work. You know what I mean? Which is whatever. But no, I figured those things out. Like I don't want to say I'm against drafting 4 running backs in the first 5 rounds because I've done it a bunch, but I feel like whenever you don't have like multiple running backs in the first 3 or 4 rounds, I can see why people don't like your teams because they don't look as comfy at all.
Yeah. I mean, if you're one of your starting running backs is like Quinshon Judkins, that doesn't feel that fun.
No.
Yeah, I'm down with doing top of the kick here. Love me some AJ Brown. Also fine with Amari and Hampton if you'd rather do that.
Which one do you want, Neil? It's not what I want, it's what you want. Okay. I'm the host. You are the leader of the ship. We don't have to go top guy. If you don't like top guy, we can do whatever.
I like top guy. I like top guy.
Okay.
I think you're only giving me this choice because you don't like top guy. You're like, oh, I don't.
No. I'm giving you the choice
all right.
because you're the one who makes the click. I just knew that we both were gonna say Amon-Ra, so that was an easy one there.
Yeah.
I know you like AJ Brown. I just don't know if you're still drafting him right now because he's obviously gone up. I know you love drafting him in the beginning of drafting season. I didn't know if that continued, but no. This is your team here. Also, you're the one who's helping me make the picks. So
I want to be clear that I don't always take AJ Brown in that situation. I like if Brock Bowers were there, I usually take Brock Bowers ahead of AJ Brown. It's like 50-50 between AJ Brown and Hampton for me. Maybe even take Hampton more often. Like I still love taking AJ Brown. I feel like the start of Amon-Ra and AJ Brown is just so fun. They have different bye weeks, just like electric wide receivers. That's great for DraftKings. But no, that is not like a slam dunk decision for me. I will take Brock Bowers there almost every time, even with AJ Brown still on the board.
Someone did the Genty Bowers pairing.
I did a $59 draft yesterday, and Shady Advice was in the 12 hole, and I was in the 9, I think, and he did that, which and that's just obviously psychic. He did that was the top of the psychic is
Shady did
Genty and Bowers, which surprised me.
Shady did Genty at 9 and Bowers
at 12 and 13.
Oh, Shady did. Okay, I got that reverse. Yeah, so Shady was at the 12 spot and did the Genty Bowers thing.
Yep.
Okay, Shady. I see. You know who was right next to me in my 5-5-5 draft?
Shady.
Yeah, fucking Shady. I mean, literally right next to me in my
like worst case scenario. Yeah.
I said, I go, I don't mind Shady being in my drafts if he has to be in my drafts, but could he be right next to me right now? Like, come on. What are we doing here, DraftKings? Clearly, they don't give me any love. One, I got the 12 hole, not the 1 hole. And 2, so there's no collusion going on here in best ball season with the streamers. I'll tell you that, or at least maybe RPS is the only one without the juice somehow.
Yeah, JJ Zachary recent I saw got the 101 this week. So,
son of a unbelievable. Yeah, so that's just the way it goes there. But I do agree, like Esco says, 2 solid RBs in the first 6 is a good construction or structure. I do agree with that. I think like 2 is fine. It's just I've seen a lot of people kind of lean in to it. Like the kick is pushing it to a lot where it's like, no, take 3, maybe take 4. I think Shady actually took 4 in the first like 5 or 6 rounds. So I think it's a lot of that too. So it's kind of drying up the rooms quicker as well. But I don't know, Neil, it also makes good receivers fall.
Right.
So there's like 2 ways to look at that.
Yeah.
The way I see it anyways. Trey McBride's at the top of the kick right now. Oh God.
You hate Trey McBride. So okay.
He just went. So
let me throw out, do you want to get your Malik Neighbors bags up? I would be open to Malik Neighbors if you would prefer that. Otherwise, Zay Flowers is good with me.
It's up to you. You tell me.
Let's get our Neighbors bags up.
Okay. My Neighbors bags couldn't be much lower, so we can get it up a little bit here. Yeah. I think that's where I have him ranked to like 32, 33, something like that. I can't remember, but he's around there. So when's a spot where you're out on Neighbors? Like when do you stop drafting him? Does he have to get into like the turn area, like the 2-3 turn? Like when are you like, okay, I'm done drafting Malik Neighbors?
Yeah, so it's tough for me because I've been out also. I'm also light on Neighbors because I was expecting him to go on the pup. I was expecting him to miss some time, so I thought I'll get him, when he's in the late 4th, early 5th round more. Now it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So now he's moving up. Honestly, it depends on how the news goes. Like as of right now, I don't take him really any earlier than we just did. Like mid 3rd is totally fine with me. I'm not currently taking him like 2-3 turn. I would never say never. As far as like if we continue to get bullish news on Neighbors, like he might be available week 1. They're expecting to be a full go, early in the season, any of that kind of stuff. Then I might just say, you know what, I'll take Malik Neighbors there. He does still have some warts. He's still on the Giants, which could be just a dysfunctional offense. But like he's such a good receiver that I think he could be a really strong value mid third. He could be a slight value 2-3 turn. I'll need more buzz, I think, before I get there with Neighbors. But I think he's particularly strong on a team like ours where he's not our anchor wide receiver. We have 2 awesome wide receivers on the team also, so we're not going to need him early in the season if he is pretty limited, and then get to weeks 4 or 5 and he's a full go, and suddenly we've just got an awesome wide receiver room carrying us. So yeah, love him for this team.
What's your percentage?
I'm at like 5%.
Yeah,
overall.
I think I'm lower than you. So we're both pretty low on Neighbors. I don't know if I'm going to get to 8%. Honestly, we'll see.
I doubt
I
do.
Happens.
Yeah.
And Jalen Coker at 160 would be a dream.
Yeah, he does not go 160, unfortunately.
I wish we could get
typically.
Jalen Coker at 160, my guy. I think his ADP on DraftKings is 129. So let's see. Where is he? Jalen Coker.
129. Look at you.
I got it. Hashtag DK partner. Ask me a DraftKings question.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
All right, Neil. We're almost up here on the clock. We got a few different paths we're working on right now. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, a 3 wide receiver start here.
Yeah, I'd go with Scam Scattaboo.
You go with a Scam. We're going with Scam Scattaboo. Whoa,
yeah, I like Waddle quite a bit too. So if you'd rather do that, but it would probably be Scattaboo for me. Just start with our running backs.
Scattaboo?
I think so. Yeah.
Come on, you got to give me confidence.
Yeah, I'm totally confident. Cam Scattaboo, he's going to be catching passes. He is going to be the workhorse for the Giants.
That's what we needed.
Team. Yeah,
that's what I needed. I just needed a little more confidence there, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't hate the running back spot there. I'm a little lower than the field on Scattaboo. I guess I'm a little lower on the Giants, just kind of thinking about it in my head. I don't have as much Giants, Neighbors, Scattaboo, or at least the expensive Giants. You know what I mean? I'm fine with clicking like Dart late. He falls sometimes. And I think he's an okay quarterback to have like naked, without one of the top 2 guys. And then I don't mind Likely later. Maybe like a Fields at the end of the draft. But I guess Giants are a team that I'm not drafting as much of. Maybe that's a mistake. I don't know.
Scattaboo is actually the one exception for me so far. I do have a fair amount of Scattaboo. But I am like nervous about that injury still. Like, is it going to zap his energy? I don't care about the backflips. I'm not like, oh no, he's going to injure himself because he's doing backflips. It's more just like, yeah, he's returning from an injury that has really zapped some running backs in the past. And I'd kind of like to see it, but I think that the team likes him enough that they're going to lean on him. He's going to catch passes. So I think that he's a fair price, even with that injury.
My guy to Bill says it's the normal time for Best Ball Show now. It's the time me and Neil do it every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern time. So yes, this is the normal time on Tuesdays that me and Neil usually stream, 4 p.m. I'm not saying that streams on either of our channels are always at 4 p.m. I think Neil does it though. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Neil?
I've actually been skipping the Monday shows. I've just been doing Tuesday and Wednesday. Then at Wednesday, I record my podcast. This week, it's going to be 5 p.m. instead of 4:30, just because that's when my guests can do it. But yeah, usually it's 4 o'clock, the 2 of us on Tuesdays, and then I do my podcast 4:30 on Wednesdays.
Who's the guest, or is it a secret? We keep
John Daigle. John Daigle's the guest.
Oh, my man, John Daigle's the guest. I love that.
Great guest. Great guest. I would be Trevion or Devontae Adams, I guess, but probably Trevion. What do you think?
I think with our team, we got AJ. Let's set up the Pats. Let's try and finagle a Pat stack here. It is so weird when you see Lamar Jackson on the board and you're like, yeah, I'm going to click Travion Henderson right now.
It is. We could have just gone Lamar. That's true.
I mean, it didn't like fit. Honestly, our team is set up with like so many different stacks right now, Neil. I'm like, yeah, Lamar is probably like the best player, but our team is just so well set up for like multiple stacks that I don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
But just looking at it overall, I'm like Travion Henderson, Lamar, like I don't know. I don't know. I like Travion though. I'm a fan. I'm trying to draft more Travion, so I'm happy to click them. But all right, first 5 we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scadaboo, and Travion Henderson here. So we'll see what happens with this draft. Maybe we can get lucky and not get sniped here on the way back. That would be preferred. Now, Neil, looking at this draft, isn't it funny too how the kick was like, no, don't take a running back with that 4th one. You guys have 3 sick wide receivers. Take that 4th one. So it is just kind of based off of how you start. It really does lean heavily into the positions you start with the early. So like if we went running backs the first 2, it would have probably been telling us to draft the running back there.
It is one of the more surprising, like Drake May goes. One of the more counterintuitive things for me with the sidekick is the like, all right, you're leaning into wide receivers. Let's take another wide receiver. Just get all our receivers now, which I sometimes will IKB off of that because I can't make sense of it. I know it's like, let's try to win the flex, but I'm like, well, we can win the flex with the other position. So I struggle with it, but
it is one of those counterintuitive things that I struggle with as well. But yeah, it's very interesting. All right. Rome's at the top of the kick. We got Jalen Warren. I assume we don't want to go Ramondre since we have Travion.
For me, it'd be Rome or Jaden Daniels.
Which one?
Let's just go with the go with the kick.
All right, Rome it is. 66 is a nice fall. And it goes with Amon-Ra there. I like that that's paired up. So added Rome. Probably won't get Caleb here.
Sometimes you do at 79.
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely possible for sure. We just got to, the Luther team's got 2 shots at him. But maybe I'm wrong and maybe he doesn't go there. So either way, though, we still have multiple quarterbacks set up. You got the dart thing. I think you can take Bo since we have these Patriots. I think Bo is still an option later. Jared Goff. Multiple quarterbacks we can still stack up.
Yeah. I'm still smarting from that Drake May going at 62. Like that would have been so pretty for our team with AJ Brown, Travion Henderson with Drake May.
I feel like I don't have many of those combos too. I was really hoping for a full Pat stack right there. And look, Caleb Williams, see the Luther.
Yeah.
The Luther drafter. He didn't want, he said, nope, I'm not allowing that to happen. We're taking Caleb there. Probably
it was always wishful thinking, but
yeah.
Tucker Kraft just went at 72, which is funny because I got him at 98 on DraftKings today.
It's just one of those things, Neil. Like the DraftKings, you can really in some drafts you can really lean into just whoever falls to you. Just lean into the fallers. Like, okay, just give me the top overall guy and stuff like that. Because in some drafts, it's just the whole draft you'll get fallers. But then in some drafts, like you just get no fallers. None.
By the way, I watched your stream with Felix, and my takeaway was I need to start stream sniping Felix because he's taking Jamar Chase. I see Jamar Chase went at the 101 here. I'm like, man, just give me all the Jahmyr Gibbs I can get. So if I need to start streaming and doing stuff with Felix so I can get more of Jahmyr Gibbs, sign me up.
Yeah, well, Felix will take Jamar Chase regardless, no matter where he is, over everybody. So who are we going with here? 79.
I don't love Stevenson on this team. Probably Mekhi Lemon or Sam Laporta.
Which one? Sam Laporta at 79 feels. I mean, we could lean into the stack though. It's which one?
Let's go Lemon.
Okay. All right, Mekhi Lemon there. I got a decent amount of lemon bags too, so that's fine with me. It really was a tough spot to pick from, honestly. I didn't really see much that I was like, and I don't like the Stevenson with Travion.
I've done it before. Like if he falls again, then yeah, I'll do it. I'll take Stevenson with Travion. But
what do you think about the Michael Wilson jump? Have you noticed he's starting to jump up boards?
Yeah, I did notice that, and doesn't make any sense to me. I guess maybe it's just because Brissett signed. Is that why? Like
I think it's
he was so
Marv
good.
Rolled his ankle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I saw Marv like missed a throw in practice or something.
Yeah, I think it's because he rolled his ankle or whatever, and that's the Michael Wilson bump. But here's the thing, like, what if Michael Wilson is just better than Marvin Harrison? Like Marvin Harrison, uh, again, he's not a guy I've been drafting, so I don't care. Like I'm fading a lot of these Cardinals anyways. But if you made me pick, I would way rather have Michael Wilson, I think, than Marvin Harrison. And I feel like that's a hot take, but that was my take before the Marv injury. So this isn't just like, oh, Marv's banged up. Now I'm just going to say I want Michael Wilson over. No, this is like the whole time I've been saying like he was better last year. Why do we watch things and then try to make up different stories in our head for why X guy is not just better than the other guy?
Well, so I guess I'm the right person to ask because I do draft some Marvin Harrison Jr. I prefer him over Michael Wilson. So
you do not
I come out on the other side of this than you. Yeah, like I think that Marvin Harrison Jr. just has the prospect pedigree. Like he was one of the best draft prospects to ever come out. Did not have a great connection with Kyler Murray, and he actually like his like yards per route run, if I think is the right metric. Last year where it was about similar to Michael Wilson. It's just that he missed more time, like in the weeks that they had with Jacoby Brissett. Man, look at this, Chuba and Brooks there. That's funny. That's really funny.
Look at this too.
Oh, let's just take man.
Laporta was being recommended to us at 79, and now he's not even on the top recommendations here. Do you want to take him or do you?
Yeah, let's take Laporta so that we can see who flips if it does flip between Howard and Brooks.
Yeah, because right now Chuba is slightly ahead, and I know the kick likes Brooks a lot.
Yeah, but the kick also like adheres to ADP to some extent, like it's built in. Like, all right, Chuba goes first.
Spunky, if he did, I did not see that.
He I believe got sick. He was seen throwing up on the sidelines.
That's fine. He might be a little deconditioned, guys. He's throwing up on the sideline. It's a little hot. It's a little humid out here. You know, maybe just a little puke, and he'll be fine. That happens, Neil. First practice, right?
Yeah, it was hot out there. Apparently, a lot of players were like hands on their knees all the time, so I'm not concerned about it.
Honestly, Neil, it wasn't like I don't want to be like a bear. You know, I live around here. It wasn't like that hot, I don't think.
Oh, really? These players they're out of shape.
It was like, you know, like 80 degrees or something like that. You know,
that's funny.
I don't know. Like it's 75 where I am right now, but probably when they were practicing, it was like 80 degrees. It was a little humid though, for sure. I bet what happened was he's probably not, you know, in the, you know, some of these guys don't come in. I know they're professional athletes, but they don't all come in like top tier shape.
Right.
That might just be the case with Ramondre. You know, he's not as conditioned. He's deconditioned. You know, I used to own a gym. This happens all the time when you have athletes, seasonal athletes. They come in to start training right before the season, and they like 20 minutes in can't handle workouts or something like that, and they got a bucket and they're in the bathroom and they're heaving a little bit. So yeah, actually at the first gym that I ever worked at, they had a puke bucket, and my boss had the Pukey the clown on the wall, and he had it like drawn on the wall. It's just a big clown like puking, and he had like a puke bucket, and you go outside and just puke, boot and rally, and then you get right back in there, start flipping tires or dragging sleds or whatever he was doing. But
that's disgusting.
Gross.
It would be not Mahomes for me. It'd be either Goff or Corum.
I mean, those are the two best picks, but do we lean? We don't have a quarterback.
Let's go Goff. He's not making it back to us.
Yeah, he's not making it back to us. Damn it. I wish we had a quarterback, because then I would be like, all right, let's take a chance here. But because Blake Corum goes right there. And I'll keep saying this, Neil, but now that Jonathan Brooks has moved into what I think is the new range, I think he's going to be moved into the 80s and 90s here. I think the clear best running back option in the hundreds is Blake Corum.
Yeah. Like, I love Corum. Yeah. On DraftKings, I don't understand why his ADP is so late. Yeah, no, I'm with you. Monunga went before him here, which he usually does. I think he's a higher ADP. Yeah, I'm with you. I think Corum is fantastic.
Smash, absolute smash pick. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. No, thank you, Michael Wilson or MHJ. So you don't like either of them, Jim?
I think that's fair. It's also Arizona. Like they're probably going to take a big step back this year. Like it's just how it is. Like
I would say that, you know, you get what, 2 guys in the top 3 rounds, and then you get MHJ. It's a lot for an Arizona team. Like if you think Love, Trey McBride are going to both have like second round type years, like second round draft pick, you know, years or something like that. And then you get MHJ in the like 6th. That's a lot right there. How many of those guys can actually hit?
yeah.
I don't know.
It's either Fannin or Mason for me.
Well, Dark just went, which is super unfortunate.
Yeah.
You want to take Fannin? I don't.
Yeah, we're only at 2 running backs is my only concern, but yeah, Fannin is
Okay. Let's go with Mason then. I got him. I know you like Mason. That and this is the thing with Neil. You gotta. I know who I'm drafting with here. Neil likes Mason. He knows that I don't like Mason, so he's capitulating to my hate for Mason, saying, "JSU, I know you don't want to draft Mason, but
no. I'm not just capitulating to you. I also love Harold Fannin, so it's a combination of like Harold Fannin at 114 is just such a steal that like I would have been happy with that.
It's a great pick.
We're in a tough spot because we're sitting at 2 running backs, and I do really like Mason, and I feel like there's just a big drop off at running back coming. So, and we also like our 2 running backs are not that great. Like we've got a lot of risk in our running back room. So, yeah, I don't know. It was a tough spot.
Well, and here's the thing too. Remember how I said we had all those options to stack? Well, they're all gone, Neil, too. So that's that's the other thing that we got to start thinking about here. A lot of the quarterbacks that, you know, we'd want are pretty much gone. It's getting very thin very quick at the old quarterback position here. We did get Jared Goff at least, which is good. We got him stacked up with Rome. That's not bad, but we got to kind of think about who we want to backstack with or something like that at the end here. But we're coming up in about 4 picks. Do you like Aaron Jones and Mason together? I assume not, but
I don't. I'm largely betting against. Like, my bags are packed with Aaron Jones, and I'm like, I've never been that excited about taking him, but I've been capitulating, and I've just decided I'm going to start just taking Jordan Mason instead, because I think Jordan Mason is just the better running back. I think like he's the one with upside in my opinion. I know Aaron Jones is the one who catches passes, but I think if the offense is rolling, I think it's Jordan Mason who's going to be doing really well. So yeah, I just don't.
So really you think if the offense is rolling, it's because of the run game?
Just the run game will come along with it, and it'll be Jordan Mason leading the run game in that scenario. Let's see.
So we got a couple. We can lean into Patriots, Jake Ferguson. You don't like Aaron Jones?
We do Jaden Higgins. I do like Romeo Dobbs. So I would say Romeo Dobbs or Jaden Higgins.
Who do you like? I mean, who do you want?
Let's go Higgins.
Okay. Try and set something else up here.
Yeah.
It's probably right. I mean, Dobbs is probably the better click overall, but setting something up is probably the way to go.
I really like Dobbs. So like it would be Dobbs for me in a vacuum. But yeah, I think just as a way to potentially give us another stack.
So we got a 1-3-6-1 going here. Our wide receivers are really good. I mean, Amon-Ra, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, Roma Dunze, Mekhi Lemon, and Jaden Higgins. I'd say that's a pretty good wide receiver room. We got Sam Laporte at tight end, Jared Goff at quarterback. Our running backs, Cam Scadaboo, Travion Henderson, Jordan Mason. So
a little light. But yeah, so my thought on Jordan Mason's, I do think the Vikings prefer Jordan Mason as a running back. I think that last year the entire offense fell apart. Like the entire offensive line got hurt, and then they had terrible quarterback play. Like they're forced to play JJ McCarthy, and then they go to Max Brosmer, who's somehow even worse than JJ McCarthy. So I think it was like Aaron Jones gives us more variability, more options in how we play it. Like he can catch passes too. So like having Aaron Jones out there probably helps with a broken offense. But I think with a working offense, Jordan Mason is the better running back. Like he's more explosive. He's going to have a better success rate. He's going to, it'll be the better goal line back, et cetera, et cetera. So I think if the offense is actually working, I think Jordan Mason is the one who can really build momentum and score 10 touchdowns and put up 1,000 yards. That kind of, I think that is within the range of outcomes for Jordan Mason. Whereas I think Aaron Jones is kind of washed at this point, and he's kind of a small hit, small miss type player. Where I think they had this conversation on ship chasing this week. I think I kind of disagree with them. They call Jordan Mason small hit, small miss. I think that he could be a big hit. I don't think it's the likeliest scenario, but I think it's within the range of outcomes. Is CJ Stroud still there?
Let's see here.
Did he go? Oh, he went.
Yeah, he went.
I mean, at this point, I would be fine taking Aaron Jones, I guess. He's fallen enough. Or Keaton Mitchell. We go with Missile if you prefer.
You tell me.
Yeah, let's go Missile.
Okay. You don't have to tell me twice. Click that button in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Go with the Missile here.
CJ Stroud went at 121. He went before our pick. I just totally missed that CJ Stroud went so early.
Yeah, that was bad on both our parts. I should have seen that, because then we could have leaned into the Dobbs, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Bears placed Montez Sweat on the active non-football illness. Any other news you saw today, Neil, that you wanted to hit on here? Just trying to look at some of the stuff. The Kyle Shanahan stuff, I was telling you about this beforehand, but the Kyle Shanahan stuff is just wild.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that we didn't hear about this for like a week or two or something like that. They were trying to keep it quiet. And then all of a sudden he comes out with this statement that seemed, I don't know, like tough for me to believe. Oh, my phone went in the side pocket under my seat. I wasn't, texting or whatever. And very convenient. Not to say that doesn't happen, because it happens all the time. But like, I don't know, man. Like, is your phone that important where you got to like pull your head down to get your phone immediately, like from under the seat? Like, come on, bro. You're going 20 miles an hour. If that's the case and it's that big of a deal, just pull over. But like, that's happened to me countless times, Neil. I've never tried to, like, while I'm driving, spin around, reach under the seat, like trying to get my phone at the same time. I don't know about you. Maybe other people have done it though. Maybe
you wait until you're at a stoplight. And I didn't see this, Dan, but you were telling me that it was like, he says like, oh, this is a really tricky road. It's not very forgiving.
Statement. That was like the statement.
Well, then don't reach for your phone if it's a tricky road. Like, just get it after you stop. Like, what are you doing? It's pretty bad excuse in my opinion. So it does sound fishy to me.
Very fishy. Very fishy. That it seems just like coached up a little bit. You know what I mean? Someone was telling him exactly what to say here.
Okay. That's brutal. I would probably just do Aaron Rodgers, because we only have one quarterback.
Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. I mean,
I hate this. I hate it with a passion. I was so excited to see Daniel Jones fall in there. But yeah, we kind of screwed up this draft, I think.
Yeah, we did.
And it's my fault. You let me make the decisions, and I screwed it up. So
it's not your fault. We're a team here. We both screwed it up, but that's okay. At least we got a nice lion stack.
Yeah. I mean, we got sniped on Jackson Dart. We should have seen CJ Stroud. It never even crossed my mind that CJ Stroud could have been gone before we took Jaden Higgins. Like,
you know what really screwed us up though? It was the Drake May snipe just to start us off.
Yeah, we just got off to a bad vibes.
Really, we should have known at that point to just reach for two quarterbacks that we wanted, because that's what started it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we've been people have accused us in the past, maybe not us, but like streams that I've been on, like they've made fun of that. We really like our team. Of course, guy who drafted a football team really loves his team. I don't always love my teams, and this is one that I think has gone really poorly for us. Partially our own fault, partially just the way things have fallen. But yeah, I think we'd probably be better off if we just stuck with what the sidekick told us to do at this point.
Jaden Higgins was a bridge too far. It might have been crispy. It might have been there.
Yeah.
Neil didn't see any news that was wasn't
This
related
is exactly
to Johnny
right.
Brooks.
This is exactly right. Yeah. The
That's
only
all.
news I saw was Jonathan Brooks is slicing through traffic, looking good.
You didn't
Yeah.
see Carolina's tight end 1 being carted off day 1?
I did see that, but like being carted off in July means nothing. Like that just means like, oh, he has a cramp. They cart him off in July. So I'm not too concerned. I think they actually came out and said what it was, which I forget, but
Oh, did they say what it was?
I think it was nothing big.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah. It's funny because people like associate being carted off with like, if you get carted off in the game, that's like, holy shit, is he out for the year? But like in preseason, like in July, it like means nothing. Yeah. Rolled ankle, Jim says.
Okay, rolled ankle, not that bad. So we're getting to the point of the draft. The one other guy I did want to touch on. Have you seen the Deshaun Stripling hype?
Yeah, it's been pretty cool.
I mean, he has got to be one of the most hyped guys so far. Just thinking about it, Tyler Algiers here, Denzel Boston. Who
It's
do you
either
want to go?
Algier or Sampson for me. I guess Algier is the faller.
So Algier?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, no, it's been interesting seeing just like and I guess the Christian Kirk thing kind of helps a little bit, just him getting dinged a little bit, but I don't even feel like that's like the biggest part of it. I think it's more just like people like seeing the size, the speed, him running some routes out there, and they're like, oh crap. And then Brock Purdy's gushing about him and everything like that. And everyone's like, oh man. And his ADP is like 180 on DraftKings right now. I mean, were you drafting Stribling? Is he someone that you're trying to draft now, or have you been drafting him? Because I've been drafting him, so this isn't like. But it's been an offense I'd wanted to buy. Like San Francisco is it's a good offense. You know what I mean? And clearly they like this kid. They had him higher on their board than any other team.
Looking at my solver Best Ball Explorer, I have 1,490 American dollars invested in Deshaun Stribling's. That's only 15%. But yeah, a fair amount of Stribling.
I'd say 15% is a solid. It's a solid percentage right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's good. I think he's a good play or a good bet where he's going on boards. And I honestly think if you like him, probably should start drafting more of them because I don't think he stays at the price tag. I think
not.
The price tag is going to go much higher and rise soon. So get him while you can right now. The kick is going tight end here. We only have one, Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
Same bye week too as I'm pretty sure do they have different bye weeks? Yeah, week 8.
Different bye weeks.
Yeah.
Man, this is tough because there's a lot of wide receivers I really like right here.
I know. It's just like wide receiver. So we have 2 quarterbacks, 5 running backs, 6 receivers, 1 tight end. We could just go receiver.
Yeah. I'm debating because like I said, we are really strong at wide receiver too.
Yeah.
So I think if Schultz is there, okay, Schultz goes. With Schultz gone, I would say give me one of Trey Harris is one that I really like. Debo, I do think is gonna make a splash. I also like Jerry Jeudy a bit. So it'd probably be either Debo or if you want to go tight end, I'm fine with it.
I think Trey Harris is gone.
Trey Harris just went, yeah. So that takes off one of the receivers I like. So I'd be inclined to go probably Debo.
Debo, is that the guy you said?
Yeah. Oh, you probably wanted to test Lock because we have Goff.
No, I got like 2,000 American dollars on.
Okay, all right. You're okay going away. Debo to me, like people like make fun of him, like, oh, he's fat. Debo is not going to be any good. He looked fit, like he's in football shape. He's ready to sign. He wants to sign somewhere. I think there's like no doubt that he's going to sign with an NFL team.
I just don't understand why hasn't him or Diggs signed. Like, what are we waiting for, or is it them? I don't know.
It might be them waiting for the right opportunity, like waiting for the right team, like where it's like, oh, a player gets hurt. Okay, there's my spot. I'm gonna
make a lot of money there. Maybe they're waiting to see if a good team loses a guy and like needs a receiver or something like that. Because I assume like all these guys, they probably want to go to like LA, like the Rams.
They want to go to Miami. Well, probably not Miami. They don't want to go to Miami. They want to go to Miami for like, for the culture. But like probably
LA,
not.
The Rams are a good team. The Chargers are a good team. San Francisco, you know what I mean? These are good teams. Like maybe they're hoping like someone goes down and they all of a sudden need a vet or something like that.
Yeah.
And they don't want to sign too quick here. But
no, you're right.
man,
You're right. They're waiting for the right location and team.
it's got to be that, right? Because I don't know why the best wide receiver 2 in the NFL is not signed yet. I mean, Stephon Diggs is
right.
He's still a free agent.
That's funny.
That's wide receiver 2. My ass.
Yeah, I think he didn't think that one through that much because there's some really good wide receiver 2s. But
has he watched the Bengals? I mean,
right, exactly.
T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs is not making those type of plays that T. Higgins is making. I mean, Moss and dudes like, nope, not at this point in his career. I mean, there's multiple wide receiver 2s that are better than him. Like,
I mean, Devontae Adams is better than he is. Yeah, who are the others? I mean, there's some really, really good wide receiver 2s in the NFL. Rome is, or Luther Burden, however you see it.
Don't you dare confuse that. Don't you dare. Look at that face too. You did it and then you laughed.
There are people who see it that way.
Did you hear Caleb Williams gushing about Luther Burden?
Yeah. I mean, the coaches love him. Caleb loves him. He's really, I think he's really good. Don't get me wrong. I'm with you. I
think there's just these people on Twitter who want to make up a few different things and change stuff from last year and say, well, if you take this thing out, then Luther stinks. Or if you take this thing out, then he's only average or whatever. Like, do you understand that these good coaches, the Shanahans, the McVays, Ben Johnson, Clint Kubiak, these guys, their guy is going to work. Trust me, they're going to make it that way. Like if they are sold on Luther Burden and Neil, I know we're up right now.
Yeah.
Who are you going with here?
I would go Ferguson and hope that Freiermuth makes it back.
I like that. So
yeah.
But if their guy is Luther Burden, they're going to make Luther Burden a thing. Like they're going to make that work. And I think that's the case. They drafted Luther Burden. Rome's got the foot thing. I do think Rome is really good. That's the hard part of this conversation is it makes it sound like I'm talking down Rome Odunze. I'm not. I just think the coaching staff is so in on Luther and Colston Loveland that it's like there's only one football. You know what I mean? You can only spread it out so much and everything like that. And I think people are just like so into like, well, Rome was good and he was there before Luther. It's like, well, Luther's there now and he can do some things that I think Rome just can't do.
Yeah. First of all, you need to scroll down. Second of all,
no.
Chat gave us the most obvious answer, which is CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. like Stephon Diggs is not better than George Pickens.
Yep. That's another guy. Put him in that case. The T. Higgins, George Pickens, wide receiver 2. I mean, completely different wide receivers, but way better than Stephon.
Yeah,
Diggs.
just objectively better. Yeah,
way better. All right. Are you guys doing another draft after this? Yes, we are going to do another draft after this one. So we got you. So, what about Jeremy Bernard? I've struggled with this click all year, and the kick has been totally into Jeremy Bernard, and I get it. I want to like it, but I just, again, it's like Michael Pittman, DK Metcalf. You got the tight ends, you got the running backs. Where is he in this pecking order of guys to get the football?
Yeah, I mean, he's probably going to play slot, and so he's going to be a part-time receiver. Who knows how often they're going to be using the slot receiver, but for where he's going in drafts, I think he's a good back. I have 21% Jeremy Bernard.
Whoa, 21%.
Yeah, so I'm fine with either of the top two.
You are not fine. You are totally in. You want to go Pat?
Yeah, let's go Pat.
You said you wanted to try and get him as the fall, which you were right about because he did.
Yeah, I don't think Ferguson would make it back to us there, so that did work out.
So right now we have Jared Goff and Aaron Rodgers as our 2 quarterbacks. We have a 2-5-7-3 build. Is this a build where do you want like a third quarterback right now with how kind of weak our quarterback is, even if it's not stacked? What do you think about that?
Who are the quarterbacks that are left?
well, they'd be like the Atlanta quarterbacks, Shador,
Cleveland.
Las Vegas with Kirk Cousins, which, by the way, did you hear Kubiak was like, when we start day one of training camp, Kirk Cousins has earned the starting job up to that point. So he is the starting quarterback for day one of training camp for the Las Vegas Raiders. He has earned that.
Yeah. All right. Well, good for him. He's had a great career. He's earned the first 3 starts of the season before Mendoza takes over.
God, what happens if like he pulls a Sam Darnold out and is like good?
Yeah, right. I mean, it could happen.
Oh my God, what happens if that's the case right there? But
that'd be awesome for my Bowers bags.
Well, yeah, I mean, I hope so for mine too. I'm just saying from like a Mendoza standpoint, it wouldn't be good if somehow he pulled that out. But those are the quarterbacks, like the Atlanta guys, Carson Beck, Shador Sanders, Tua Tagovailoa, Watson. I mean, not great options.
Yeah, we don't have any stacks for any of these guys, do we?
Nope. We could do a Kendrick Bourne, Carson Beck stack.
No. I mean, Kendrick Bourne might be fine, but Carson Beck, just that stack is that's.
I like Kendrick Bourne. Bourne's someone I kind of want to draft more of, just because, again, I'm betting against all these Arizona guys. I should be taking like a little bit of Algier, who I have been taking, and maybe some Kendrick Bourne, and hope he just has like a weird Week 17 game. Maybe Marv's out and he comes in and crushes. Who do we like here? I'm kind of into the George Holani stuff a little bit.
Let's do Holani.
Darnell, you want to do Holani?
Yeah, we got weak running backs, so
I kind of, especially early, I don't think he's someone like late that's going to give us anything, but I think early he could potentially give us some decent weeks,
which we might need. I mean, we're kind of hurting, so
yeah, that we definitely could need that on this team. And our wide receivers, like you said, are pretty strong. So all we need is Debo to sign. So we got 2 picks left on the board here. 2, 6, 7, 3, Neil. The kick saying we need a 4th tight end here. Eli Raridan's been getting some pump in camp. I don't know if you've seen that. He's been getting some pump.
I did see that.
Kayshon Bootie's been making plays all over the field. I've seen him start to go. Look at that. 17th round, Kayshon Bootie. He's starting to move up the draft boards here. So you didn't see he had a 40-yard touchdown today.
I did see it. And I saw a fun celebration, and then I saw JJ tweeted out that he's just a guy with a great energy, probably a great hang.
Yeah, he probably is a great hang.
Yeah, I believe it.
Now here's a take from Spilkowski.
Well, that's just a Flaniverse take. So that's if you're in the Flaniverse Discord, everybody loves Bateman. It's Jim Waller does shows on the Flaniverse now, and he's been a big Bateman guy all along. And now Bateman is kind of catching some steam, so it's become part of the brand.
Jim pushing up Bateman shares. Well, I did kind of see they weren't talking very highly about Devontae Walker. If you go listen to I think it was Coach Speak, Index, and Karain on their show that they do on Monday, it seemed like Walker was a little bit of an afterthought. Even the rookies were ahead of Walker from what they were talking about. So that is definitely not great for Walker, and it probably means Bateman it's really good for, right? Honestly.
I mean, they've been talking about it all along as Bateman as the wide receiver 2, and it's a fight for wide receiver 3 between the rookies. So yeah, the coach pick has all been awesome for Bateman. And he was really good 2 years ago. If he can just capture that magic, get something close to that, he's going to be a really good late round pick.
I just don't know if I can click Rashad Bateman in 2026. I don't know if I can do it. I just think I prefer the rookies. I think I prefer Surratt. I prefer Lane. But you could just say, hey, JSU, just take 2 of them, which I also think is a pretty good way to go. Because like the coach said, one of those rookies is going to play. So you could just take Bateman and one of the rookies at the end of drafts. I don't think that's a crazy way to approach it there. All right. So we're back up on Surratt's still here. Darnell Washington, Pat Bryant, if we wanted to lean into the Patriots stuff, even though we don't have the quarterback. Keenan Allen's here. What do we think?
Yeah, I would probably do Keenan typically. I do really love Pat Bryant, though, too, if you'd rather.
I don't care. It's up to you.
Yeah, let's do Keenan, and then whichever
Okay.
tight end comes back.
I think this is my maybe second Keenan Allen share.
Okay, so you have not been really in.
I don't draft Keenan. I'm not sold that he's like 100% gonna play.
Okay.
So I know that there's more talk about it, but I don't know. And even if he does, I think a lot of it last year was just getting him the Chargers stuff, and then he kind of faded. Not that he doesn't have it. I'm not saying he doesn't have it, because I think Keenan is just, if he plays, he's one of those type of receivers. He's very quarterback friendly, right, Neil? Like, he's one of those receivers that just kind of knows where to be, knows where the soft spots are in the zone to kind of sit for a quarterback who needs an outlet or something like that. He's not going to have like a lot of those big plays, right? But he could like volume it up a little bit on DraftKings, get you 10 if you need it. Play in the slot. So
good at finding the end zone.
Yeah. No, I mean, he's a great receiver. I love Keenan Allen. It's just, I don't know. I guess though, Pat Bryant, Keenan Allen, if Keenan signs, then I mean, he's definitely still one of the most talented guys that goes at the back end of the drafts, 100%. All right, so we got a choice to make here: fourth tight end or a random quarterback is the choice.
Yeah, our quarterbacks are gross. We've got Aaron Rodgers as one of our two quarterbacks.
You want a little Shador? What's he do with his wrist here? A little Shador?
Yeah, I don't actually know.
Something like that.
I have 0 Shador. So yeah, if you want to do Shador,
or would you rather fourth tight end? I don't care. I think both spots are kind of weak, but
let's take the upside swing with Shador. I like the call out, and I have like 0 shares of it. And this is the team where it's like we got completely boxed out. Uninspiring quarterback play on our team. Let's take a shot on a kid with some upside.
I apologize to any Cowboys fans out here, but it's VIP 24. Love you, VIP. There is no chance, absolutely none, that your Cowboys even make the Super Bowl, let alone win the Super Bowl in 2026. You have
0 chance. Wow.
0 chance. Like not even 1%. You have 0.
I'm gonna give him some percent. He's at least 1%. At least 1%.
Don't do it.
Here's some news. Tank Dell will not start on any list for the Houston Texans as training camp begins tomorrow. Wide receiver Jalen Knoll will begin on the non-football injury list. So Tank Dell not on PUP. That's pretty bullish for Tank Dell.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Tank Dell, CJ Stroud's best friend, Tank Dell.
I mean, yeah, he was putting out, responses to people calling him the wide receiver 4 or whatever. He put out a laugh emoji, I think.
Tank Dell might be ready to roll, man.
He's ready to roll. He's saying, no, I'm back. I am the wide receiver 2 on this team. I think is what he's saying.
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Vip did also tell he's a Cowboys guy, if you didn't know already. And there was some stuff saying that some of the coaches might be into Maffa over Blue. I don't know if I buy that, but that's what he was saying in the Discord. So yeah, I remember you saying that. I remember. I don't know if I buy that though. I feel like they want it to be Blue, but I think if Blue kind of messes up, maybe Maffa is the guy that they're fine with kind of stepping into his place. But I don't know if I see that. Yeah, Corey Holt says 1% for the Cowboys. That's like being super friendly to VIP, but I respect it.
That's about where I'm at.
To make the playoffs, 1%. Okay, yeah. To make the playoffs, that's different. I'll give them like 5% just because I'm nice. All right, Neil. I am going to get into another draft here so we can get it rolling, but let's go over the team. If anyone wants to jump in, a $25 best ball, $3 million to first, $20 million prize pool. I'm jumping in this draft here. So if anyone wants to jump in, I'm getting in. Pull out your phones. 3, 2, 1, clicking in for anyone that wants to get in. 7 of 12. All right, Neil. For this draft, we got Amon-Ra St. Brown, A.J. Brown, Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatterbo, Travion Henderson, Rome Odunze, Mekhi Lemons, Sam Laporta, Jared Goff, Jordan Mason, Jaden Higgins, Keaton Missile, Aaron Rodgers, Tyler Algier, Debo Samuel, Terrence Ferguson, Pat Freiermuth, George Holani, Keenan Allen, and Shador Sanders. Neil, how'd we do?
D+. Yeah, I think this is the worst team that you and I have drafted together. I take the blame. I think it was largely my fault. I will say part of it was also the room. If you scroll up, I think so. So we started with 3 wide receivers, right? And then we get Cam Scatterbo. I was kind of thinking that we would be able to get like maybe even Montgomery. You sometimes see Montgomery fall back to the mid 5th, or at least like a Tootin or a Swift. And then you see Tootin go 47, Montgomery 48, Swift 49. Yep. That's when I knew like, okay, this is not going so well for us. We try to recover with Henderson, try to do a little Patriot stack, and then Drake May goes at 62. And then we have to take Odunze, who I'm not excited about. Doesn't sound like you're that excited about. So just like we were not getting the falls that we were hoping for.
It was the Drake May thing, though. It really, because honestly, the start of the draft, I don't think is bad. You know what I mean? I think it was kind of set up nice to get something good. But the Drake May thing was real. We got Travion, we had AJ Brown, we were set up for it, and then bang, we just got sniped with Drake May a couple picks before, and then it just fumbled from there. So I'm with you. D+, I think, is the fair grade here on this team.
We probably should have taken Brooks or Chuba where we took Laporta. I think that was probably a mistake because Laporta was a little bit of a fall and we got the double there, but I don't know. I think it was just not our best draft. I think that we misplayed some things, then we had a little bit of bad luck as well.
Well, the good thing about these drafts, Neil, is that we can try and go for draft number 2 and redeem ourselves a little bit for the bad draft here.
Love the 4 spot on DraftKings.
I don't know if you know this guy, Fantasy Guru Drew, but he says, Neil, are you still on Miles Sanders? Question.
All right. So here's the thing. All right. Puka Nacua all day, every day from the 4 spot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. So was it just last year? I can't even believe it might have been just last year that it was Javonte Williams going at like pick 130 and Miles Sanders going in literally the 20th round. And so I was like, oh yeah, I think he's a really strong pick in the 20th round because he could be, in there as the RB1 or like fighting with Javonte Williams. And the very first game of the season, he had like a 40-yard carry. Like he was looking more explosive than, I guess 2 years ago, than Javonte Williams. And then he got hurt. He got hurt right away. And all anybody's like, oh, you're such an idiot for liking Drew and Debro. Like, you're such an idiot because you like Miles Sanders. When it was clearly Javonte Williams. It wasn't clearly Javonte Williams before Miles Sanders got hurt. They were splitting carries. And then Miles Sanders got hurt and was out for the year immediately. So, yeah, it didn't work out. But he might have been something. He could have been something.
I don't know how to tell you this, Neil, but I don't think he could have been something. I'm sorry. I don't think so. I don't think he ever could have been something. I know you wanted him to be something. I had this argument like 10 times a week with my guy Rubio Dimes in the Run Pure Sports Discord here. He was all over the Miles Sanders stuff, and I kept just destroying him every single time. I get it. I get what we were trying to do. I get the 20th round, all that stuff, the running back room. I totally understand it. It's just, sometimes you just got to know when it's over. It's like the Brandon Ayuk stuff in a way. It's like sometimes you just got to know when a guy is just, it's not there anymore. Just mentally, he's done.
He played week 1. He had a 40-yard ruch. Javonte Williams didn't have a 40-yard rush all season.
We knew his body wasn't ready for a season. We knew it.
One of one texts, I don't know if this is true. One of one XT says Miles Sanders is on the BBM winner. I hope that's true. I don't know if it's true, but I hope that it's true because there's more evidence that the sharp drafters were taking Miles Sanders. That's all that tells me.
So you know what? He might have actually been on the winner is the funniest part of this whole thing. But just like the DraftKings winner. Do you know the running backs on the DK Millie winner? Do you remember them?
For this last year?
Yeah, the $2 million winner. Do you remember them?
I know that it was Bijan Robinson.
Yep, 100%. I'm not talking about the good ones. I'm talking about the ones that never gave anything, because there were multiple.
I'm guessing it was like Taj Brooks or Jarquez Hunter, like some of those late round guys that just didn't matter.
Okay, so first of all, he had a 6 running back team. And I was going to talk about this at some point in one of these streams, but screw it, I'll talk about this here. So the guy he drafted Najee Harris, Trey Benson, and DJ Giddens.
Wow.
How many scores do you think those 3 combined had? Probably not many that hit his team.
I'm guessing they did not hit the team. Yeah.
Are you Drake London here, or are you somebody else?
Drake London.
Okay. Did I get that? Okay. I don't know why that was going so slow. So his 3 running backs that did hit his team, Neil, and these are pretty much the guys that hit his team all year: Bijan Robinson, Ramondre Stevenson, and DeAndre Swift. Those were his 6 running backs.
That's insane.
So when I look back, I don't think people realize how big of a cheat code having Gibbs, Bijan, and I'll throw CMC in there too on DraftKings, just because if he does play 17 weeks, I do think he can fit into the same boat of guys that just can be overall running back 1 and just slot in as your RB1 week in and week out, right? Like every week, pretty much, Neil, they're just giving you solid to great performances and you never have to worry about it. So you only got to fill really one other RB spot. And it makes me think, like, especially when I get those 3 guys, are we overthinking the rest of the draft jamming running backs? It just makes me think about that a little bit. It makes me think like, okay, so here it's up to you how you want to go. I think Pickens is the best overall play. I think Ibuka, if you want a little correlation.
No, let's go Pickens.
Okay, Pickens it is. But it brings me back to, like, are we doing this whole thing wrong where when we get these stud guys, like we have Puka, you could use this the other way and be like, okay, we started through. Should we just lean out? Because the kick is saying the opposite, which is, that's why I'm so interested in, like, the kick is telling you the opposite. It's like, no. When you start out, if you start out heavy on a position, just lean into that position, like drive it home, win that position every week. That's kind of what the kick's saying. And I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, like, just the other idea. This team won $2 million, and you told me those 6 running backs won $2 million. I still can't believe it. And I look at this team every single day, and I'm like, how did this team win? It had Trey McBride, though. It had the Bears, right? It had Caleb Williams. But it didn't have, like, it had Kyler Murray on this team. Kyler Murray was one of the quarterbacks on this team. Kavonte Turpin was on this team. There were a lot of Darius Slayton. There were a lot of guys that gave very little week in and week out to this team, Neil.
Yeah. Yeah, and I would be curious. Northland Film says, sadly, pod luck is massive. I mean, we saw that with Sam's team, like, just like that plays such a big. I wonder if this team also had some massive pod luck, and it
might have. But just to be fair to this team, like, it had like Luther, you could get late in drafts. So who knows how late he got Luther. It had Chris Olave, which was one of the keys to best ball. It had JSN, who didn't even hit his winning lineup, by the way. JSN didn't even hit, but he had JSN. He had Dak Prescott as his 3rd quarterback. He had Pickens, who didn't even hit his winning team. He had Trey McBride, the stud tight end. Wan'Dale Robinson, who was really good.
That was huge,
at the end. So he had a lot of good, like, late picks. It looked like Wan'Dale, Luther Burden. But, like, to me, it's like he had JSN and he had Trey McBride with the right stack. He had the Bear stack. And then he had the best value running back in Ramondre, where he was going. probably in the draft. He had to be one of them. Him and Javonte.
Javonte was right there. Yeah.
So
Yep.
Javonte fell off though.
Travis
late.
Etienne was there too.
Oh yeah, Travis Etienne was another guy.
Yeah.
I can't believe Travis Etienne wasn't on the winner. Just thinking about it, I feel like he had a lot of good weeks.
Speaking of,
Speaking of Travis Etienne, he fits our team and he is here. Do you want to take him at 45?
yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it here. Puka Nacua, Drake London, George Pickens, Travis Etienne Jr. This is how we redeem ourselves right here.
Yep.
You know, this is how it's done.
This is a much better start. Well, at least has potential. Of course, Dave Montgomery, again, I was kind of hoping that Dave Montgomery would fall back. I've seen him in some drafts. It'll fall into the 5th round now. Not this one, sadly.
Yep. Not this one. David Montgomery goes in the 4th round. Yeah, you don't see that. Is that? Oh, that's JMO. I was going to say Javonte just fall. Shell Tootin goes. Okay, so we can lean in. So Devontae Adams is here. We have Swift. I'm not a Bucky guy. I don't know. I forget.
I like Swift a little bit.
Do you want to go Swift over Adams?
I think so.
Okay, let's do. We just talked about Swift being on the Millie Maker winner, so why not? Why not take a Swift shot here?
Yeah. Spellcover says Travis Etienne. That's right. Etienne. Travis Etienne.
I'm gonna butcher that all year, and it's just gonna have to be okay.
Yeah, I have been just calling him ETN because I thought that the quote he said, "I don't care, I like ETN," but that's not actually what he said. He was like, "It would be great if people could start calling me by my actual name again." And he said specifically in New Orleans, they're going to know how to pronounce it correctly because it's like French. Whereas like the rest of us, we're not as good at pronouncing French names.
We're not as sophisticated, I guess.
We're not as sophisticated. Well, we'll try.
Bears are a committee backfield, though, but the Bears are an elite offense. So, yeah, they are a committee backfield, but I think buying into more elite offenses is the better way to go than worrying too much about the committee stuff because, to be honest, outside of like, I don't know, like the top 8 running backs, Neil, the rest of the league is like a majority committee backfield.
Yeah, it's rare to not be somewhat of a committee. I mean, they are like, there's maybe more concern that Swift could get surpassed, but I think Swift is just better than Monungai. I'm not that concerned about as long as Swift is healthy, Monungai like taking on the lion's share. Like I think they prefer Swift. I think he's like a legitimately fairly talented running back who maybe is a little bit underrated in my opinion and in a great offense.
And when I think about DeAndre Swift, and before I put like just pulling it up right here, but like, man, he had a lot of good weeks. And look at the efficient. It's not like he had 25 plus touches every single game, Neil.
No,
he had a lot of solid weeks here. Yeah, does Kyle Monungai eat in 100%? But I think at that point in the draft, you just got to buy into some of the better offenses, and I don't think we can argue at this point that the Bears are one of the better offenses. So I'd rather be invested in that when we're talking about committees. Obviously, we love Bijan, Gibbs, CMC. I mean, these are like JT, James Cook. Even though James Cook doesn't see, he sees all the high value touches, but he doesn't see like 80% of the touches or the work.
Right.
Ashton Genty, I think, will get the lion's share. Saquon Barkley, Chase Brown was actually getting eaten into by Samaje Perine. I mean, there's not many guys on this list. Like I said, probably like 7 or 8.
Can I see the list of players?
Yeah, Joe Burrow's still here. Brian Thomas Jr., Tony Pollard, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, it's gross.
Gross.
I'd go Jalen Warren probably.
Love that. Jalen Warren also.
They throw to the running back so much.
Also in the committee, Jalen Warren.
Also in a committee, but a committee that will be throwing the ball quite a bit, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of short passes.
Kelly asking an important question: did you feed Reggie lunch?
Ooh, I thought she did. Uh-oh.
Is this your wife?
Yeah, that's got to be my
That's
wife.
funny. That's really funny. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a random person asking you if you fed your dog.
Did she text me? Uh-oh, I missed the text.
Uh-oh. Well, after we make this pick, then you can run off, get some dog food.
Well, hopefully she's here. I think she's here. I think
okay.
she's just asking because she just got home. So
I see.
yeah, we're good. We're good now. Okay.
I'd take it.
Stevenson.
Ramondre, I'm good with.
Someone said, "Hope Reggie isn't your baby." Who are we going?
I'd probably go Ramondre.
Okay. Bang.
We're not gonna fall into the same trap as last time.
Nope. So we got ETN. Okay, so Puka, Drake, Pickens, ETN, Swift, Warren, Stevenson.
Doctor the Professor says JSU got chormogged.
I did.
That's funny.
It's my bad. I thought she fed him before she left. That's my bad. Should have asked.
As long as it gets fed.
Ben Johnson definitely wants to run the ball. Both backs could pay off at 80. I agree, 100%. Yeah. I think both backs could pay off. And it's like, when do they pay off? And on top of it, if one goes down, it just makes the other one an even better click. So, not that we hope for injury or anything like that, but you can always fall into a bigger role when that stuff happens as well, if they don't trust the guy behind them, stuff like that. So it's kind of like the Blake Corum. I know Kyron goes a little earlier, but like Blake Corum, Kyron, where it's like, I think both guys are going to be pretty good. And if one goes down, one of the guys is going to be elite. You know what I mean? So that's kind of the way I view it, I guess, in a way. Again, great backfields. You want to be invested in great backfields. I think those are two good examples.
Yeah. Spellcock says Ward and Dowdle. I agree. Like that's my favorite type. I mean, obviously I like the elite backs, but like where they go in drafts, I love taking running backs that just have some contingent upside, some standalone value, but then you just know the contingent upside is enormous. So that's like Corum for me is like the best example, where it's like, I think he has really strong like standalone value, could take on more of that role already. And then on top of it, like his contingent upside is just like, he is an RB1, like a top 12 fantasy running back in the league, like awesome like that. Jonathan Brooks, I think, has that also. Chuba Hubbard actually has that. He's probably going to start off with the role, but also has that. And like we said,
I hate they lost those linemen though. That sucks.
I do too.
Got hurt early.
That does hurt when you have a lot invested in the backfield, but it is what it is.
What dog eats lunch? My dog eats breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 meals.
Big dogs do.
Big dogs, man. Yep. Big dogs. Michael Pittman goes, I saw a quote that was saying McCarthy wants DK Metcalf moving around the formation more. I don't know what your take is on the Pittsburgh receivers, like the 2 top ones, but I think Pittman out targets DK, which on DK, I like Pittman over DK. I don't know if that's a hot take, but I see a lot of people bullish on DK Metcalf, and I just don't love it where he's going.
Yeah, I don't take a ton of DK Metcalf. I will take some, just because it's such a range where I don't really love anybody, and I think DK Metcalf is still like, he's really strong receiver and can make big splash plays. Like him better on underdog than DraftKings.
All right. So we did not get sniped there, Neil. I assume we want to make sure we get our quarterback.
Yep. In.
All right. Matthew Stafford, MVP, come on down. So we got a 1-4-3-0 here, Neil. Puka, London, Pickens. I wonder where did Dak go? Oh, Dak went all the way.
Other side of the board, yeah.
Other side of the board there. Okay. So who do we have set up right now? So we've got technically we got some New Orleans with a chain. We got Pittsburgh. Bears are gone. We got Drake, same bye week though. Those guys are later.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts is still here.
I'm fanning over Pitts. But yeah, I'd be, if you prefer Pitts in a vacuum, I don't really care.
No, I don't have like a strong. He goes anyway, so it doesn't matter. And Blake Corum's not
Corum
here.
went? So. Okay. Yeah, I wanted my hope was to either get Corum or Fannin. So
unless you want to take a quarterback and just Fannin.
For me, it would be Fannin. But if you want to go quarterback, if you want to go like
no, we'll do Fannin. What I hate about I don't know if you noticed this. There's so many good Week 11 buys. I feel like I think it's 7 and 11 are like two of the toughest weeks. A lot of good teams on those. I feel like I want to click.
What was the other one besides 11?
7.
7.
It's got Washington, Jacksonville, the Chargers,
and the Bills.
A lot of good teams.
Yeah, that is really strong for only 4 teams. That's a strong 4.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, week 11, I definitely run into issues. The bipocalypse there. But yeah, week 7, that is true. Those are fun offenses.
They're just good offenses. Not a lot, but they're good.
Yeah. I'm happy to get Fan in there though. Honestly, that's to me this is a really strong start. 1-4. Is it 1-4-3-1? I think that's nice because there's so many late wide receivers I like too.
Yeah, I think every quarterback too. Charles says in Overflow, Dak fell to 91. You bet your ass I drafted him unstacked. At a certain point, I think you just accept the faller regardless of stack.
Yeah,
at a certain point.
What is Vish Ace responding to? I wouldn't say 16 for 64 yards, 0 targets is shining. I'm curious what that is.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't say 16 for 64 and 0 to. Oh, Michael Pittman.
Oh, maybe. That's funny. I don't know. I want to respond to somebody said every dog. Spellcock says every dog that can get lunch eats lunch. That is definitely not true. You have never had a small dog apparently, because my dog, we try to feed him twice a day, and he some days won't eat any of his meals. Just like nope,
really?
Not eating. Yeah, he like, and my last dog was like that too. Different food. We like try to mix up what we give them.
Dogs are stubborn though, because a lot of dogs they're smart. They figure out like the food is always there.
Yeah,
like they feed me at this time. Like the food is always when I'm hungry, I'll eat. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
that's it. But the big dogs,
big dogs will eat anything. Yeah,
my dog though, he's still a little stubborn, Neil. Like sometimes in the morning, he'll be like, "Nah, I'm gonna wait a couple hours." Like, you son of a bitch.
They like trainers would tell you to take the food away, and like we've done that sometimes. We usually don't do that. Usually we leave it out, and then it's like we leave it out all day, and then it's like, what time did Percy eat?
I just know if he's disinterested because I'll just be like, Reg, it's time to eat. And if he gets up off the couch or the bed, then I know he's hungry. And if he doesn't move, then I'm like, okay, I'm not feeding him because he's not getting up right now. So
I was kind of hoping Kyler Murray would fall back to us because you kind of see quarterbacks fall frequently here.
You got Chuck if we want to pair him with ETN.
Is Baker still there too?
Baker's here.
So I would go again. I would go probably Jordan Mason, but and then just see if somebody falls back. But if you'd rather go Shuck, I'm cool with that.
You want to go Jordan Mason here?
Yeah, I'm just loading my bags on Jordan Mason.
All right, let's do it.
Before he moves up.
Let's see, I didn't even look at the board here. I should have looked to see if anyone had. I don't see anyone with any of those guys. So like Olave. Oh no, Gators fan has but he's got Josh Allen and Joe Burrow, so I don't think he's a lock to take. He's got Godwin, so he might not take a quarterback there.
If you really want the quarterback, we can do the quarterback.
I'm just trying to think like who else can we get with our team that we're like a lot of it's week 11.
Yeah.
We could.
Hey, at least we have Fannis. We can always do Shedeur Sanders late again. For a third.
He's week 11 though.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's why
Stafford's week 11. I see what you're saying.
That's why I was with Fannin. That was the only pushback. I like Fannin, but that was the only pushback with Fannin was like, oh, he's week 11. But Baker Mayfield falls. Do you want to take him?
With Shuck? Yeah, sure. Let's take Shuck. Oh, Baker. Yeah.
Well, we have Rams, so like Baker's technically a week 17. Or we could do Shuck with ETN. It's up to you. The kick's saying Baker. I don't think it matters either way.
Yeah, I'm fine with Baker.
I like it just the way our team's set up, and then we can get like McMillions on the hopefully the next pick, and if he doesn't fall, then we can get like a Ted Hurst, or something.
Kate Otten.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just trying to think like, okay, we got to make sure we don't get bye week fucked here with Shador Sanders and Matthew Stafford and whoever else we drafted with a week 11 bye. The Atlanta guys. Remember, because I was like, we could get Tua or Penix or whatever late, but I was like, oh, they're week 11.
Yeah, they're also 11. Yeah.
So now we have options. At least we can do Shador. We don't like have to reach for a quarterback like Rodgers just because is my point.
Yeah. No, this feels a lot better than the last draft where it was like, we got to take Rodgers at 155 because all the quarterbacks went. Yeah, no,
that's the worst when you're like this position. Like I fucked up so bad that I have to like take a guy who I've seen go like 40 picks later because I messed up so bad. I just have to make sure I get him.
Yeah,
it's the worst feeling.
Yep. Vishes, we don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
he says it was against the 31st ranked run defense. Who are you talking about?
Is he talking about the Bears? I'm confused. I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta give us.
I thought he was talking about like Pittman, but then it makes sense. 16 for 64, 0 targets is shining. Who's he talking about? I don't know. Yeah. I'm genuinely confused too. I'm not being sarcastic. So I do want to know. I think Neil is genuinely confused too.
Yeah, I am. I just don't know who we're talking about right now. And then he's apparently talking about a running back. Oh, week 18, Jadon Blue.
Professor says. They're talking about Blue. Okay.
Jadon Blue. Gotcha.
Nothing about Blue is shining. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. He's apparently looking good in camp. Maybe.
Yeah. I hope so. I mean, I hope it works out. Did McMillions go? Yep. Damn, he went the last round.
Wow. I mean, but Diggs is falling. How many quarterbacks are in this range still left? I see Stroud.
So CJ's here, Cam Ward, Bryce Young, Mendoza.
I guess I'm fine. I'm fine with Stroud. Otherwise, it'd be Diggs for me.
It'd be Diggs for me if you don't want to go Stroud.
Sure, let's go Diggs. We've got 2 quarterbacks. We can survive it.
We can definitely survive the 2 we have. So I think 2 right now, drafting Stephon Diggs, like this is the time. I think it's going to be a short window. So I do want to get my Diggs bags up a little bit if I can. I want some Stephon Diggs here. Man, I would have never guessed Jadon Blue in camp. They were talking about.
Yeah. I would not be mad though. Well, let's wait. I'm loving several choices toward the top here.
I know exactly who you want.
I don't know if you do. I don't know if you do.
There's one guy you definitely want. I know it because he plays cornerback and receiver.
That's I do love players that play both sides of the ball because they throw people off. People are like, oh, well, if he plays cornerback, then he can't be. I actually wanted Stroud. Stroud went, so I'm actually disappointed that Jim Jerry took Stroud. But he was one of the 2 options that I actually really want.
I definitely thought it was Travis Hunter that you were referring to there.
Yeah, no, it normally would be Travis Hunter, but because like I do think we could use a 3rd quarterback. It's what the kick wanted us to take. Yeah, I'd be Travis Hunter here, if that's cool with you.
Yep, that's fine with me. I've got a decent amount of Travis Hunter, so I'm with you. I think it's more just buying into what the kind of the coach is saying. Like the coach is kind of saying like, hey, listen, like he's still going to play both sides. Like, okay. Yeah. The upside case for Travis Hunter though, is again, I think the value of if one receiver goes down, he could potentially start playing even more wide receiver than we think. So, and he's at pick 150 and he plays in a good offense. So,
I think people just misunderstand what he is. Like I think people think like, oh, he plays cornerback. Like he's the starting cornerback. They're only going to use him for like a couple design plays per game at wide receiver. And that's
I think
guess
they put
possible.
him as a gadget guy, Neil.
They put him as a gadget guy. And I just don't think that that's what Travis Hunter is. I think that they took him second overall because he's a great receiver also. Like they know that they have a really, really good receiver in Travis Hunter. Last year they announced like, we're going to make Travis Hunter a bigger part of our offense. And guess what? He put up 20 underdog points, 24 DraftKings points the first week after they were like, we're going to make him a bigger part of our offense. Like he's really good. We need to use this guy. And then he got hurt after that week. It was really unfortunate the way things happened for Travis Hunter last year, but I don't think they've forgotten that he's just an elite receiver. And so people are like, yeah, but they need him more at cornerback and they have really strong receivers.
They need him more at cornerback until that changes.
But even like, I agree with you that like that is part of the reason I love him. If I knew that like the other three are going to be healthy or I wouldn't love him as much. Like the contingent upside is a big part of it, but it's not all of it. Part of the reason I love him is because I think the floor is a lot higher than people give him credit for, because I think people are like, oh, but they've got these three receivers in front of him. And of course, you know, we need to play Brian Thomas Jr. had her. Brian Thomas Jr. was really bad last year. Like Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah, I know he had a great rookie year, but like I don't think that he is a given to be a full-time player. I think that he is like his stock has gone down in the eyes of his organization. Parker Washington, really great towards the end of last year. Undoubtedly, like you look at his yards per route run, really strong numbers towards the end of last year. He's also not somebody who had a huge pedigree coming in. I don't know that they necessarily think, oh, we need to play Parker Washington 100%. And then Jacoby Myers, getting up there in age, like he's a decent receiver, but it's not like Jacoby Myers is a wide receiver one. So I don't think that they feel like, oh, we've got these three elite receivers and then we'll try to mix in Travis Hunter to make him happy a little bit. I think Travis Hunter is an elite receiver and they're going to want to be using him in games. So like, I think the way people are looking at it is just kind of backwards. I think like he has a floor even when everybody's healthy.
Yeah, I'll push back on one thing. I don't think he's an elite receiver. I think he's an elite football talent that the coaching staff sees a kid that wants to just play football all day and he's willing to play on both sides. And he's just such a high talent that he can figure, even though he doesn't put all his time and effort into one position, Neil, which is what everyone else does in the NFL. I mean, how many people actually play two ways in the NFL? We don't see it. There's a reason behind that. It's very hard to do. This kid is so talented. They're like, hey, it's okay if you go half and half. We still want you to play on both sides of the ball. That's crazy. That tells you this kid is like talent is, you know, amongst the highest in football. It's just got to be, because if that's not the case, then why would he be playing? And also, cornerback has got to be one of the hardest positions to play in all of football. So if that doesn't tell you it right there,
right?
I think it's one of the most difficult. I mean, you're literally on an island sometimes, moving backwards for half the time.
Are you Geno Smith here? We don't have the correlation.
We could do Trey Tucker and then hope like a Mendoza falls, or we could just take the quarterback. I mean, this range stinks, so
yeah, I guess I'd be fine just taking Geno because there's a number of receivers I think are pretty good.
We can take Geno and then take AD.
Yeah, if AD comes back to us, I think that he is the pick. Otherwise, you know, yeah, I agree. Trey Tucker is in play there.
Trey Tucker's a good fall too.
I like Trey Harris. I've been trying to load my Trey Harris bags a little bit.
Do we have Chargers at all?
I don't think so.
Because I don't mind Trey Harris either. I want one Jet unless you think just take Geno naked and then trying to think, is there a late? Not really.
I mean, if we can get Adonai Mitchell, that's what I'd like to do.
You want to take AD here?
Yeah. Okay. I like Adonai Mitchell quite a bit too.
Someone's going to get a nice fall on Trey Tucker, but I like it. I'm with you. So the team right now, we've got a 3-5-6-1, Puka Nacua, Drake London, George Pickens, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson, Matthew Stafford, Harold Fannin, Jordan Mason, Baker Mayfield, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Geno Smith, A.D. Mitchell. I mean, I like our receivers, honestly.
Yeah, I think that this is a pretty strong team. We can throw on the third stack at some point with Tampa Bay. Yeah, so we're at 3-5-6-1. Okay, 3-5-6-1. Probably 2 to 3 more tight ends.
I mean, our running backs are pretty clean, right, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, our running backs are good. Like, I think this is really strong. Jordan Mason, RB5. Yeah. It's not like we don't have like any like truly elite running backs where we start with Travis Etienne, but I think they're like, it's good enough where all of these guys can have their 20-point spike weeks.
Yeah, we don't have the Bijan or the Derrick Henry, the CMC. We don't have those type of guys, Neil, but we have like the next tier. We have like a bunch of the next tier, and hopefully can just be like consistent. We probably don't win at running back, but we're probably not going to like lose at running back either. What we hope for is that our 3 stud receivers just smash. You get George Pickens, who sometimes goes in the second or the third, kind of flip. We get Drake London with Puka. You know, we just hope these 3 guys can be like consistent horses, and then just our late receivers can give us a spike week every now and then. You know what I mean? Travis Hunter can give us a few weeks, which I think he will. I think AD is going to give us a few weeks too. So we'll have them, and then we'll see with Stephon Diggs. I mean, depending on the situation he goes to, he could give us a maybe not the spike weeks, but a few weeks of consistency, you know, which is solid, you know, 12 to 15.
Yeah, no, when Diggs signs somewhere, like you said, he's just going to be moving up to where he belongs, which is like a top 100 pick, much, much better than he looks where he's going right now. No, I think this is really, really strong at wide receiver. Running back's good enough.
I missed this one by Charles. He said, have we talked about Travis Hunter?
I mean, that was the first time we talked about him, wasn't it? Maybe not. Maybe we talked about him.
Oh, Terrence Ferguson goes. Yeah. We got Greg Dulcich here, AJ Barner. I do think we need a tight end, Neil, unless you see otherwise.
I mean, Tank Dell is there too.
I like Tank Dell.
I would maybe do Tank Dell first, just because I don't really care about which of these tight ends we get. But
let's do that then.
But that's
Tank Dell.
I was going to come back around. So that was the reason I actually wanted CJ Stroud more than
you wanted the Tank Dell,
because I wanted to do the stack.
Yeah.
Plus, Travis Hunter falls. Like, we might have gotten him at the next pick anyway.
Dude, I've gotten him at like 175.
It's insane. Yeah.
Yeah. It just, again, he's another guy. It depends on who you're drafting with. Because there's just a bunch of guys that see him as a cornerback and they're like, I'm out. Like, I don't care. I'm totally out on this guy. No matter what you say, Neil, JSU, I don't care. Whoever talks about him, Pat Terrain. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. You can tell me whatever you want about Travis Hunter. I'm still not clicking him. Yeah. That's just the case with certain guys. Travis Hunter is one of them. Is what it is.
Jim Jerry says Dell snipe. He took CJ Stroud. We took Dell from him. So yeah, good thing we took Dell when we did, because he was going to take him if we didn't.
Sorry, Jim. We're trying to redeem ourselves for the terrible draft we started with in the beginning of the show. AJ Barner at 196.
Yeah, it seems good.
Seems like a pretty nice pick here. I feel like AJ Barner is a steal. I don't know. 196. I feel like that's a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
Now 2 week 11 buys. So
that's the downside, is because I kind of wanted to take Colby Parkinson too. Since we didn't get Ferguson, I actually think Colby Parkinson is just a good like classic tight end. Like
we could take 4 tight ends, Neil.
Yeah, that's true. We could still take him potentially.
Our receivers are pretty good. Like, I don't think we need more than 8 receivers.
No. Yeah, I think we're really good at receiver.
Like, I think we could be done at Ted Hurst if we wanted to do Ted Hurst, if he's still available on the way back. Like,
yeah. Oh, that's a good shout. Yeah, I forgot we still need to take Ted Hurst. Like, we could be done at receiver right now. Like, the 7 receivers we have are that's all we need. But like,
like, hey, dude, you guys need tight ends.
Yeah,
like,
you better take some tight ends, guys.
Figure it out at tight end here.
Yeah,
I think we're done at running back. We have 3 quarterbacks. You know, Yeah, I don't think we need more than one wide receiver. So I think we could do 2 tight ends, unless you prefer the 9th receiver.
No, I don't think we need a 9th receiver. Like, I think the only receiver we can see who's available, I guess, because it's going to come down to who are just like, who's going to score points. Who do we like late?
Whoa, Eli Raridan at pick 202.
All right, he saw the hype. He saw the hype on
He
Raridan.
saw the hype. Yep. I like the. You know what's funny about all the good teams? I feel like they're all trying to figure out how to best beat like the team that just won, or the good teams. You know what I mean? Like Seattle. You know, they're all trying to look at what the Rams did against Seattle and trying to copy it. All the good teams.
Yeah.
And it makes sense to me. Like, all these teams went out and just drafted tight ends. Even teams that we thought didn't need tight ends. Like the Rams.
Like, come on. We need another tight end. How many tight ends do you need?
But it's just like, okay, they want to lean even heavier into this thing. You know, if one guy goes down, remember, they do have multiple vets on this team. Like Tyler Higbee, Colby Parkinson. In their minds, they're probably like, hey, listen, there's no way those guys are making it a full season. They're both probably going to have to miss a couple games here, a couple games there. Maybe T. Ferg's got to miss a couple games. Let's just get a guy. That way we can always, if we want to employ this heavy base 3 tight end set, we never have to worry about like not having enough.
Yeah.
And you can see it in the league, though. Like Jacksonville drafted multiple tight ends and then signed Brenton Strange to a contract extension. It's like Patriots did it. If you think back, it's
Everybody.
like a lot of teams did this thing. The Chargers went out and got Kolar and David Njoku to go with Gadsden. All the good teams, I feel like, went and they're trying to do similar things to what the Rams are doing.
Yeah. No, it's pretty interesting.
It goes.
That's funny. Okay. That's
okay.
Good.
Do you want to take Ted Hurst here and then?
Yeah, let's take Hurst because again, I don't really care which of these tight ends.
All right, so we get Ted Hurst, and then we'll just figure out the tight end. I mean, at this point, they're literally all the same. Even some of the ones I normally click here, like Raridan, they're just gone. So it's like
Darnell Washington. I like Darnell Washington. Michael Mayer. Throw on an Eric All here and there.
Oh, you don't have to sell me. I'm in on some Eric All. I'll take an Eric All.
He was not. I listened to the Establish the Edge. They were not really sold on Eric All as a fantasy asset, which surprised me a little bit. But
you know what made me kind of sold on him as like a 20th round pick is the way they utilized him when he was playing. I didn't realize like they were lining him up everywhere, like fullback, tight end, inline, outline. Like he was an integral part of the blocking too for the run game, which I didn't realize until I started watching like how they were using him. And I was like, oh wow. So like he can do everything. He can line up in multiple positions on the field and you don't realize it, but like those guys that can do both things, they're so valuable to a team. You know, like Mike Gesicki, he's like a one-trick pony type, or the way they like to use him a lot is kind of a one-trick. They more like to line him up as like an actual receiver,
right?
You know, but Eric All, I feel like they're comfortable lining him up in all these different positions. I think helps him maybe have a chance of being out there more potentially.
Yeah,
if he's healthy, obviously.
Yeah, it all comes down to how healthy he actually is.
And let's see where Gator fan goes. You want to take Darnell, and then we'll just kind of see what happens with the last. I do like Darnell Washington, so I'm fine with.
Yeah, I'm good with Darnell Washington. The other one I would think is Jordan James, just from if he won the running back 2 competition for San Francisco. I think he's interesting as a late round click, but
he just got clicked.
Yeah,
he's
been going. He's been going.
Now, my take is Keelan Black ends up winning that thing.
Oh, you think so?
I do. I do. I'm going to lean into the 2 rookies here in Stribling and Black. 2 guys that the San Francisco team was just way higher on than the field and kind of drafted that way. And I don't see them being like super high on Jordan James. I don't know. I feel like, first of all, I feel like it's kind of a toss up anyways. So like, I think it's close to a 50-50 type thing. Maybe you see it as Jordan James has like technically the inside track because he's been there longer, but not like crazy long. You know what I mean? So I don't know. A lot of times you lean on the capital and how much a team likes said player, and it seems like those two guys for San Francisco, like they're very in on. But this all comes back down to it's not going to matter if CMC doesn't go down.
Well, yeah, neither of them doing much. Yeah,
neither of them are doing anything. So that's just that's the truth of the thing. But if CMC does go down, then you're going to get an elite option from one of those two guys.
Yeah. None of the other running backs really inspire me.
I mean, running back. Now I got to go back here. Claiborne. Yeah, I don't really love much else. I mean, do we not want to go 4 tight ends? Do we want to go with a running back?
No, you had the running back tab up, so I was just looking through them. Yeah, I don't see much.
Yeah, I mean, Claiborne maybe as a flyer, but we have Mason.
Yeah, I prefer other position probably.
Yeah, I actually do think though Claiborne kind of fits with Mason, just because it's like Mason and Claiborne. I think are very different running backs that kind of complement. And I don't think Claiborne kind of affects Mason's role. I think he would more affect like Aaron Jones. Like if Aaron Jones goes down, I think he just takes over what Aaron Jones was doing, and Mason sticks in the role that they expect him, like that early down and short yardage guy. And then Claiborne's kind of that change of pace guy that comes in. Cause I feel like that's how they're using Jones and Mason, or want to use Jones and Mason.
Yeah, no, I think they could work out together. I'm not sure that not sure that DeMont Claiborne is going to be anything. Is my big concern there, I guess.
He might not be. He might not play at all. Yeah. But again, you're going to need something to happen. Wu Benny says, if you didn't click CMC in round 1, it's very reasonable to bet against CMC then. Yeah, and I just went through the Millie team. It literally had 3 dead running backs. You do not have to hit every single running back. You can take shots on DJ Giddens in the 20th round, like Keelan Black, Jordan James. Like you can take shots on those guys. It's the 20th round. You're probably not finding, a crazy pick anyways, but you could back in, and I'd say it's a little lucky, but I don't care. You could back into a winner if CMC goes down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so the kick is saying wide receiver here. Actually, you got Jalen Knoll, Chris Brazzell, Keenan Allen, or we could just take the tight end here. I have Eric All as the top tight end. Theo Johnson's here as well.
I'm down for either Eric All or Keenan Allen would be my picks probably.
Who do you want? Tight end?
Let's go All.
And we got him. I like it. All right, Neil, I think we redeemed ourselves a lot from the last draft, at least when you compare them here. Maybe we could have just taken Dak and Ben Dunn at quarterback after Stafford if we wanted to. Maybe we messed up there. I don't know if that technically.
Well, I mean, Dak was, so we would have taken him at 76, right?
Right, exactly. So we would have taken Dak at 76 and then Stafford the next time up. But either way, we still got 2 pretty good quarterbacks, and then Geno to fill a 3rd spot there. Much better than what we did at quarterback last time. We didn't get stuck at least like we did last time here. But here's the team: Puka Nacua, Drake London, George Pickens, Travis Etienne, DeAndre Swift, Jalen Warren, Ramondre Stevenson, Matthew Stafford, Harold Fannin Jr., Jordan Mason, Baker Mayfield, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Geno Smith, A.D. Mitchell, Tank Dell, A.J. Barner, Ted Hurst, Darnell Washington, and Eric All. Neil, what do you think about this? A little 3-5-8-4 build.
Yeah, this is a B in my opinion. Like I think this is a serviceable team. I don't think this is a team that like, oh, this is the best team we've ever drafted. I think it's more like a lot better than the last one. This is a solid team. I think this team could advance. It could win. Like we've seen, like I would call some of the teams that won last year B teams. Like didn't think that they were like exceptional. To me, to be an A, you need to like get some falling value from positions that you need at the right time and stuff. We didn't really have that. It was kind of like, yeah, we got players around ADP for the most part, but we put together a well-structured team. We got our stacks together. I like the players on our team, so I think it's a good team. It's just not like an exceptional team that we come away like this is the winner, in my opinion.
I agree. I think you said it perfectly. It's a serviceable team. It's a team that, could get lucky. I don't think it's like the best team in the world. I don't think it's the worst team in the world. But I do think, we have a really good wide receiver room. I think our quarterbacks are solid. Running backs are solid. I think that's the problem is we're just kind of solid, Neil.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Just solid.
It's a solid team.
I don't see it as like elite across the board in one position. I think we just like have just solid for each position here. I mean, we do have Harold Fannin at tight end. So like tight end could actually be really good for us if Harold Fannin is like really good this year and everything like that. I feel like he could end up being a good value in the hundreds. If he plays all 17 and is the number one guy there, which we kind of hope he will be. We'll see with those new wide receivers, but yeah, that was fun.
Can you pull up the latest comment just because the Debro comment? There we go. Answering the title to my stream was, is Jonathan Brooks going to flip Chuba Hubbard? And Debro says Brooks should be flipping Chuba Hubbard. Love to see it, which I knew because he said that on my podcast that Brooks is was I think his favorite of the RB2s.
Debro was wrong last year about the Bears, but he is right about Brooks flipping Chuba Hubbard. So we'll give him that because I agree. So we're on target there. Neil, anything else you want to add before we jump out of here? You're doing your podcast tomorrow?
Doing the podcast tomorrow, yeah. Please do like the videos. Answer below the video. Do you think where do you think the ADPs are going to land on DraftKings in this big contest between Chuba Hubbard and Jonathan Brooks? Where do you think the final ADP is going to land? If you could answer that in the comments, we'd appreciate it. Of course, like the video, subscribe, all that. Always appreciate it. And yeah, tomorrow I'll be on with John Daigle at 5 Eastern. People call him the handsome Debro. So we'll be going live on the podcast tomorrow at 5. That's a joke because Debro used to call himself Ugly John Daigle. But no,
that's amazing.
Yeah, we'll have John Daigle on
they
at
do
5 Eastern.
They
look very similar. They look very similar.
I mean,
yeah. They're both handsome. They're both handsome though.
I'm not going to go that far on either of them, okay? And I love Daigle. I like Derek. I don't know Derek very well, but I like he's cool in chat. He does. I respect anyone that can own up to their takes. I love that. So seems like a great guy, and I love John. John and me, we were on the RG winning. I think it was the only time they ever did a basketball tournament at the RG party. Neil, I don't know if you've been to an infamous RG party.
No,
but I know you worked at RG.
Did we do a stream, the three of us last year, to talk about this specifically? I feel like we did last year.
We might have done a stream and he might have brought it up because, we weren't favored to win this tournament. And we were very big dogs to someone who will not be named. Actually, to two big wigs in the DFS industry. One's Big T, and the other one's actually a big best ball streamer now in Peter Overzet, who was Big T's #1 pick.
No way.
Actually, which was controversial at the time. But yes, that was Big T's #1 pick was Peter Overzet. And we owned them twice, Neil, not once, but twice, and won the whole thing. So never lost the game, never came off the court, except for when we had to for the one game where we let the two loser teams face each other,
Big T thought it was all about height. So he went after Overzet, but it's not the size of the dog in the fight.
And Overzet's in good shape too, right?
Yeah.
Like he's in good shape. So, it's like, okay, I'll take like the athlete. And it's tough too. You don't like, everyone, but you don't like see everyone like every day. It's not like so it is funny. And the best part is I don't even know. I think I told John this after. I didn't know John at all. The only reason why I drafted John was because I said, this guy has a great name. I'm going to take John Daigle.
That's really funny.
Why I drafted John Daigle right there. But
nice.
Great guy, knows his fantasy. I love John Daigle. I will be tuning in to the podcast. So make sure to sub to Neil's show. Leave a comment under this video. Like Neil said, let us know where you think Brooks and Chuba will end up. And hopefully they do flip soon here. And hit the like button on the stream, whether you're watching on the Run Pure Sports side or the Flannelverse side here. I'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern time with Sacrilegious, doing our inputs versus instincts. I think we're going to go through our exposures too. So we're going to see who we're way over on and who we are under on. Should be interesting because I think we'll have some different guys that we are over and under on here. So it should be a fun show. Make sure you guys check that one out. And then I'll be back on Thursday at some time. And then obviously doing my Sunday streams, high stake streams on Sunday at 12 Eastern. So a bunch of stuff on this channel. Check out Neil's podcast tomorrow with John Daigle. That's going to do it though for this show. For Neil, I'm JSU. Good luck in your drafting over on DraftKings, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.